What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Absolutely April, or you can just call me April. I am a little bit behind, but I wanted to definitely talk about Married to Medicine, episode 3. I have a lot of thoughts, but first, I would love you to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Put on a notification button so you'll know when I my videos upload. But I definitely want you to comment and engage during in the comment section because I love to get you all's feedback and I love to find out like your perspective on some of the couples that I'm seeing. And if we share the same perspective, I would love to know that. Or if you don't, let's talk about it. So this episode 3 was still, still doing the weddings. They haven't quite made it to the honeymoon yet. Overall, I will rate this episode probably, I would say maybe a good 7. It was okay. I really feel like Married at First Sight. Um, they kind of drag things out. A lot of stuff can be very much so condensed. I know it's a very popular show for Lifetime, but if, in my opinion, I feel like they should kind of condense some of the stuff because it can kind of drag on and get to the honeymoon, get to the meat and crux of everything. So that's what I would. I would definitely rate this episode maybe about a 7. Put in the comment section what you would like to rate this episode. Now, I definitely have some thoughts about some of the cast and just overall thoughts about like opinions shifting, some of my opinions shifting. So yeah, so that's going to be interesting as we go along. But I definitely I it was a good episode. I dozed off a little bit. I just didn't. I wasn't as engaged when certain people came on the screen. So that could hopefully that changes. But I do have some thoughts. I may start breaking down some of the couples if I want to go do a deeper dive into some of the couples and some of my thoughts on some of the couples. So stay tuned for that as well. Again, let's go ahead and get into the recap and review of the Married at First Sight season 15 in San Diego, episode 3. So let's start out. Let's see. I'm going to look at my notes. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes. Let's start with the couple that I have the most notes on, which is Kristen and Mitch. Kristen and Mitch have definitely been they have definitely been a couple that has been I don't know. Mitch is a little problematic. I'm just gonna say that Mitch comes across a little problematic to me. So Kristen, girl, in the words of Whoopi on and on Ghost, Kristen, you in danger, girl. So I don't know, but Kristen, I like her. I love her personality. I said before, she kind of puts me in the mindset of Beth. So I don't Beth from Charlotte, one of my favorites. So she definitely puts me in the mindset of that. So we start out with Kristen still talking to her dad, and Kristen dad is concerned about the risk of marrying a stranger, which makes perfect sense. Um, Her dad is being very supportive, which I knew he would be because she says she's a daddy's girl. So I'm not shocked that the fact that he was going to support his daughter. Um, Mitch was still complaining about that daggone bow tie and just his beard and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, Mitch, you actually look better. So I don't know. Maybe it was just the nerves talking, but he was still going off and complaining. Now, we did have I don't know if y'all remember, like, or if y'all watched, but David Tutera, who was a event planner, he had a show on, I believe it was and he did show like some of his events. And one of his event helpers was Slomik. Now I was like, okay. So Meek was one of the event planners that he hired. Now, also, I think that um, his driver, I forgot what his driver's name, but I think his driver, David Tutera's driver, might be a producer on Married at First Sight. I remember him on another season, seeing him on another season where he was talking to some of the cast. So it's probably it's probably not a coincidence that Slamique was on there, but I said all that to say Slamique made if you know her, she made a little appearance on there. Kristen's mom, they show Kristen mom. Let me tell you, Kristen mom, I don't know if she's had some surgery, a facelift, a whole face transplant, but she is definitely a she looks very young. She looks very good. She looks snatched. She does not look like Kristen's mom. She looks more like um, Kristen's sister. To the point where Mitch, when Kristen's mom walked down the aisle, Mitch was like, "Is that my wife?" And I don't know. And we're gonna talk about Mitch and Kristen's mom a little later. But yeah, her mom is very pretty. As Kristen's walking down the aisle, Mitch, I don't know, just from his facial expression, he did not seem to really be attracted to Kristen, and I suspected that all the while, so I'm not surprised at that. Um, Even when she walked down the aisle, Mitch didn't even compliment Kristen. He didn't even say she was beautiful. Mitch's mom had to say, "You look beautiful," and he still didn't. That didn't even trigger him to even say anything about how she looked, which red flag. I don't like that. Again, this is why I feel like Mitch is problematic, and I feel like Kristen is in danger. I don't know if Mitch is just awkward or if this is his personality. I don't know if it's the cameras, because I know sometimes the cast members have to get used to cameras following them around. So I'm not sure. Uh, he does seem to say, okay, we back at the bow tie again. Mitch gets annoyed because his bow tie is messing up as they're taking pictures. So I'm like, this daggone bow tie. I wish he would have just had a regular tie at this point. Um, Mitch does make a mention that he would have appreciated a more natural woman, which I'm like, it's your wedding. What do you expect Kristen to do? Just walk around with no makeup on and and just a regular dress. This is her wedding. Of course she's gonna have on makeup. Of course she's gonna have her hair done up. It's just gonna you go all out for your wedding. So Mitch, you're tripping. I don't understand. Kristen, and I don't know if it's just the everything that's going on, the fact that it's her wedding, but she says she's comfortable with Mitch, but Mitch is very awkward to me. Like he gives off an awkward energy. Um, Again, Mitch is complaining about Kristen not having a natural look to herself. Um, but he does love that she took her shoes off during the reception. So Mitch just really seems to me to be very judgmental. He seems to me to be very hard on Kristen for no reason, and I don't understand that because for you just met her, she seems like a nice person. She's not saying anything off-putting. He's just going off of her aesthetic, which her aesthetic is not bad. Um, Now, Mitch says he hasn't been in a long-term relationship, which I'm not surprised because if he treats people the way I've seen him towards Kristen so far, I can see why nobody wants to be in a relationship with him. I mean, he seems very judgmental and very harsh with his words. I just don't like him. And I always think like, and a lot of people say, well, he's just being honest. Honest Honesty without compassion is just brutality. And I'm hoping that he's not brutal towards Kristen this whole season because that's going to be hard to watch. Um, Now, their cake, I guess it was supposed to be a play on seaweed or ocean or something like that. The cake did not look appetizing, but hey, I get it. They tried to incorporate it. I would have seen that more as a groom cake versus a wedding cake. So yeah, I don't know why the why the party planners did that, because it was not an attractive cake at all. Now meet now here go Mitch with Kristen's mom. Kristen's mom, who is, definitely not a typical looking. She doesn't look her age, um, or at all. She's very polished. She just really looks young. She looks like Kristen's sister more than anything. Um, he he really, when she asked how he felt about Kristen, he just really couldn't articulate really anything nice to say about Kristen, anything like when he first met her, you know, when he saw her walk down the aisle, he really couldn't articulate anything good about Kristen, which if I was Kristen's mom, I would have called him out on that. And maybe she was just trying to, keep the peace for now. But yeah, I just didn't like that. He couldn't say anything. Now when he talks about her being, he thought that she was his wife coming down the aisle. I don't know if he was trying to holler. I don't know if he was kind of like attracted to Kristen's mom, but it was weird, very weird. And I don't know how I feel about that. That was, I don't, if I was Kristen and I watched that back, I would have been like, so you like my mom? Like, what's going on with my mom? Like, and Kristen's mom did not seem to like the fact that he did not put he didn't care about finances. Like that was the last thing. And she was like, I think you're gonna, you still need finances to live. Like you still need to have some type of stability. So yeah, I think Mitch's interaction with Kristen's mom brought up a lot of red flags for her. If I was Kristen's mom, I know it would bring up red flags for me. Um, hmm. Now, Kristen, on the other hand, she's telling her friends how much she's into Mitch. She said that she liked bald heads. So Mitch has that. I think she just really wants to make this marriage work because I don't see anything in Mitch so far that I would be like raving about. Um, And Mitch is, on the other hand, telling his friends that he's being cautious. So I don't know. I just don't know about this whole relationship. I think that um, as it goes on, I'm hoping that Mitch kind of relaxes a little bit because he's just really coming off very like annoying and he's annoying and he's annoyed by everything, which just makes a bad situation for everybody involved. So yeah, I'm not feeling Mitch, and I hate that for Kristen because I really feel like she's in it to win it. So I'm hoping for the best for them. At this point, the way it's going, I'm still keeping my thumbs down that it won't last outside of if it does last to decision day, it won't last long after decision day. But I'm hoping Kristen's going to be able to be like, no, I don't want to deal with him at all. And not play the whole, we made it, I'm going to say yes, but then no 2 weeks later. I'm hoping not. So, yeah. Um, put your comments down in the comment section. How do y'all feel about Mitch and Kristen? Because I'm not feeling the warm and fuzzy with them. I'm not feeling the attraction from Mitch to Kristen. Kristen seems attracted, but I don't know if if he continues on this route. I don't think Kristen is going to be that type of girl that's going to just stand for it. I think she's going to deal with it for a little bit, but she's not going to stand for it, and I wouldn't stand for it either. So yeah, let's go to the next couple. And I think the next couple that I have the most notes on would be Stacia or Stasha and Nate. So yeah, let's go to Stasha and Nate because I really like them, and I see the attraction. I see that maybe Nate can bring Stacia's walls down. So I'm hoping that that happens for her because I feel like she is very rigid, but she also seems like a fun girl. Like I would hang out with Stasha. Is it Stasha? I keep getting her name, pronunciation of her name, and I'm a big person who likes to pronounce names. So I'm hoping I'm saying your name right, girl. But Stasha is definitely she's definitely seems like a fun girl, but she definitely is a girl that is all about her business. So hopefully Nate can bring out the fun side of her. I'm really hoping that he can. Um, so let's see. It starts out. She's basically saying she has all the feels for Nate. So that's a really good thing. She's definitely attracted. She said that she's trying to stay present with Nate and not look for the red flags. And y'all know when she told Pastor Cal she would be, what did she say? She was on the first date, she was asking about credit scores. So that's a big change for her that she's not looking for the red flags. She's kind of trying to go with the flow. So I like that. So that's promising. She wants, she says that she wants to be able to travel and have multiple homes. That takes money. I'm sure that she's going to be okay with, well within her, wheelhouse to do so. She's not. She said that she's a person that does not have to stay in San Diego. She's open to moving in other places. Nate, I don't seem like so much, that Nate was so much down with that. But she wants multiple homes, and Nate, if you're going to be a part of this power couple, I'm hoping you're going to pull your weight because I know she is, but I'm still not convinced on Nate's financial situation. And that may cause an issue for them because Stasha has very high hopes and a lot of expectations. So I'm hoping that, Nate can rise to the occasion. Um, Nate meets Stasha's friends and sisters. He said he's still freaked out about her sleeping with her eyes open. So yeah, I can understand that. That's a little weird. I've seen people who kind of have their eyes open when they sleep. So yeah, it's a little freaky at first. Side note that I have a little puppy who he sleeps with his eyes open sometimes, and I'm like, is he awake? Is he just staring? Is he looking? So sometimes he, from time to time, I will see him with his eyes open. So yeah, it's I can imagine you're waking up and you see eyes, and you like, what the hell? Like, like that would kind of freak me out, but it wouldn't be a deal breaker. Um, Nate says he wants to get to know Stasha and put aside the attraction, not just for the attraction. So he knows that he's initially attracted to her, which is a big thing for Nate because, of course, when he was doing, his thing, he was very adamant about being able to be attracted to the person he's with. So the attraction is there. So now he wants to go deeper with Stasha. So Nate, I like that. I've been hard on Nate, so I'm gonna definitely give flowers where it's warranted. Nate, I love that the fact that you are willing to want to know Stasha on a deeper level and not just the surface. Um, Stasha expresses that she wants to learn to consider Nate's feelings. So Stasha has been, we all know that Stasha is very independent. Stasha has made no qualms about being independent. She hangs her hat on that, but now she wants to she knows that in order to make this work, she's going to have to consider Nate's feelings. So I hope she can stay true to that because that's going to be a major thing for any man. Whenever you're getting married, you want to, even though a man is supposed to be considered very masculine, hard, you know, they don't care about their emotions. Um, they're not very emotional. They do care about their emotions, let's say, but they don't really show their emotions or wear their heart on their sleeve as much as women do. So per se, But I think that I think that Nate is probably an emotional guy, and she should be able to appreciate that about him, and really, help him to be vulnerable and be able to, like, I want her to be that soft place for Nate to land, that he can be able to be open and honest with her. And I think that's going to be, that's going to speak volumes for their relationship if she can do that. Um, but she did make mention that his female friends, because she was talking to his friends, and they asked specifically how does she feel about female friends, and she was like, as long as they have clear boundaries. So, and I don't know. I think I might have said that in the last review. I don't know about Megan, Nate's friend. It seems a little bit more friendlier than I would like. She's very attached to Nate, so I don't know if she's just really attached to him and it's never gone that way, but she kind of low key likes him. I think that could be a issue. Um, and like I said in my notes, I said the energy between Megan and Stasha seems like it would be an issue. Like Stasha seemed like she clocked her right out the door, like, okay, so why are you so emotional over over Nate? Where is all the emotion coming from, girl? Like, so that's going to be an issue. Nate's going to have to navigate that. And I get, Nate, that's your friend. Nate, come sit down. Let me talk to you. I know that Megan is your friend, but Stasha is your wife. So you're going to have to end up getting rid of that relationship. If Stasha gets to a point where she's very much uncomfortable, but if you are as invested in Stasha and invested in her being your wife, you're going to have to do something about Megan. Megan is going to have several seats immediately. Stasha, like I said, Stasha has an eye on Megan, and I'm pretty sure she's making a mental note. Like, let me clock Megan, and I wouldn't even be surprised if Stasha and Megan have their own sit down and they have a come to Jesus together. Nate is, tells his friends that he definitely feels chemistry with Stasha. So I love that. I love that he feels the chemistry. And the fact that he, like I said earlier, he wants to know her on a deeper level. That's a big thing. Stasha is telling her friends that she's pleased with Nate, but she would not be busting it open tonight. Um, she may not bust it open tonight, but I think she might bust it wide open on that on that honeymoon. I definitely think, because the heat is palpable between them two. Those two definitely have the instant chemistry, and they're gonna have this strong sexual attraction because they are attracted to each other aesthetics. And I think that the way Nate is talking, I feel like it's going to be um, like, he seems like on the same wavelength as far as wanting to build and have businesses and be an entrepreneur. That's going to sit well with Stasha. But if he doesn't put it into action, or if his actions are not lining up with his words, it's going to be a problem. Mark my words. So yeah, like I said, definitely leave a comment below. How do y'all feel about Stasha and Nate? How do y'all feel about Nate's relationship with Megan? You think they smashed? I don't think they smashed, but I think she low key really was attracted to him, but she was too scared to kind of get it popping with Nate. So I think that may be the issue. I don't think Nate wanted to go there, but for some reason I feel like if Nate tried, I think Megan would be down. Please believe, I definitely think Megan would be down. She would not reject Nate in any shape, form, or fashion. So, but Stasha's not about to let that go down. I can guarantee you that. So, yeah, leave a comment in the comment section about how y'all feel about Nate and Stasha, and how do you feel what's going to happen between Stasha and Megan. I think it's going to be interesting. I definitely. So let's go to the next one. Alexis and Justin. They are another couple that is have a lot of chemistry. They are definitely a couple that I don't know. I think they can work. I definitely think that Alexis and Justin can work. I think that if Alexis stays out of her head about Justin, it would definitely help her. Because I know she's not initially like he's not her type, but she did say that she was tripping on that, and I feel like if she can move past that, that it can definitely happen. Now, the wedding night, I definitely feel like they're gonna smash or gonna get real close to it, like real close, because the way she was biting on his lip and he biting on her lip and all that stuff. But let's go ahead and get into the recap of the episode between Alexis and Justin. So Alexis and Justin. Justin is definitely spitting with with Alexis. He is, I mean, he's falling hard. Like I wouldn't even like I'm almost willing to bet that he would say I love if he didn't want to sound crazy, he probably would have told Alexis that he loves her tonight on this night. On this night of their wedding, I can see him saying I love you. That's how much he's into Alexis. Um, Alexa says she feels Nate is a good balance for her, and because she can be a firecracker. So yeah, I definitely think that that's going to be. I wouldn't even doubt if Alexis is a fire sign, and I could see Justin being maybe a water, or maybe not. If not a water, I could definitely see him being an earth sign. So I don't know. I don't really know what their signs are. If anybody knows, please put in the comment below what their signs are. But I definitely think that they're a good match and they're a good balance for each other. Definitely because I could see Alexis going off and Justin not really meeting her where she's at, which would make it even more explosive. Justin says he's a pleaser, which I'm not shocked. Justin is definitely a pleaser, and and for me, I feel like would be that would cause me to think that he would not be as upfront with Alexis as possible. If he felt like Alexis said something or did something wrong to him, I don't see him being that type of individual that's just going to be like, I don't like that. He may, but I feel like he would kind of downplay it a little bit. He won't. If it's something that really really hurt him, I don't see him. I see him kind of sweeping it under the rug or not making it seem like it's not that serious. Which is with a person like Alexis, I think you need to be very upfront with her. Now, I wouldn't if she's on a high and she's upset, I wouldn't say to meet her there. But when she calms down, I would definitely want him to be very honest with how Alexis has made him feel, if that's the case. Um, Justin and his brother discussed, they had a little sentimental moment. Justin's brother kind of, caught feelings and, had some tears, but he was just really explaining to Justin, he was really being protective over him. That's why he was so passionate about it, the situation, and them being, doing the married at first sight situation. He was just really being protective over his brother, which I can understand that because Justin has said that his brother stepped in and became a more of a father figure role versus a brother role. So yeah. And especially like for me, like if like a brother or a relative, anybody you care a lot about, if you know that they got this soft heart, you just want to protect them from being hurt any further. You really are protective. At least I am protective over their heart, and I can understand that because I know, like, true story. I my late husband, he had a very soft heart, and he was a person who would give. He would put aside his feelings if in order for you to feel good. He was a pleaser like Justin. And it was certain people in his life who I knew would take advantage of him, and I would have to be that one to have to tell him, bring him down a notch and let him know, like, look, that's not, you should not be treated like this. Like, you don't deserve this, and I don't want that for you. So if you see me looking to the side, like I said, I have a puppy, and I'm just kind of making sure that he's not getting anything that he's not supposed to. But yeah, back to the story. I just kind of like with my husband, I had to kind of be that one to, let him know, like, no, what you're not going to do is this, that, and the third. You have to, like, not in a forceful way, but it's just kind of like, babe, from the outside looking in, this is what I'm seeing. And, he would listen. Sometimes he would, go ahead and say, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And sometimes he wouldn't. So that's another story for another day. But I can definitely see a lot of my husband's personality in Justin. And so I can understand, his brother being very protective of it over him and not want him to be hurt. So I love Justin's and his brother's relationship. So I'm hoping that, Alexis is very cognizant of how sensitive Justin is and really, does right by his heart, because she has his heart already. Justin's groomsmen speak of him being sensitive and in need of a ride or die chick. Like I said, Justin is sensitive. You can tell, he cries at a drop of a dime, which is not bad. He wears his heart on his sleeve. So that's a big thing for Justin. That's just who he is. And I hope that as his groomsmen were saying, he needed a ride or die chick. Alexis, like, I don't know about the dying part, like, but I get Alexis saying that because look, sometimes you just gotta call a thing, and if it ain't working, it ain't working. Like, I'm not about to, ruin my life over nothing crazy, over, something that it just like sometimes you just have to say no. This relationship is not where it's at. This is a relationship that's not for me. Sometimes you just have to give up, or sometimes in relationships, ride or die. Like I'm not lying to the feds for you. I'm not lying to the feds for you. Don't put me in that position. I know Justin ain't gonna do that. Justin is a nice guy. He's not gonna put Alexis in a bad situation. But his groomsmen definitely know, how Justin is, and they don't want to see Justin hurt either. So a lot of people around Justin are very protective. So it'll be interesting to see because Alexis's people, her sisters, are also protective. So that could be a recipe for disaster between the families. And my advice for this couple would be like, if y'all have an issue with each other, y'all need to handle it amongst yourself. Don't go to your brother complaining about Alexis. Alexis, don't go to your sisters complaining about Justin. Like, keep it in house and try to work it out amongst yourselves, because both parties, both families seem to be very invested in their family member. So yeah, that could be something big. Um, Alexis definitely says she's investing in a relationship, so that's a good thing. So hopefully that alleviates some of the groomsmen fears about Alexis and about him marrying a stranger. Alexis' sisters also give Justin the business. Like they both was like, look, that's my heart. If she need me, I'm coming running. So Justin, beware, because she got some sisters who she kind of remind me of Kay from Houston. Her sisters were very tight as well. So, and Kay was the baby and Alexis was the baby. So Alexis being the baby of the family, she gets her way. So as soon as Justin says no, it's gonna probably be a problem. Or if Justin does something that Alexis doesn't like, it's going to be a problem. Justin attempts to do a sexy dance and take the garter off of Alexis' thigh. Justin, Justin, I need you to find the beat, Justin. Justin definitely was not finding the beat, but he tried. He gets an A for effort. A for effort for Justin. It was, all well and good. Alexis' mom was like, "Oh Lord, she didn't want to see it. She didn't want to see it." she didn't want to see her daughter in that light, and I get it. Especially with someone she don't know. If it was someone she was a little bit more comfortable with, it probably wouldn't have been as bad. But yeah, I'm glad Justin did that. I think the whole sexy dance was a good thing, and it just proves their chemistry. They have a lot of chemistry there, and he felt comfortable to do that with Alexis. Alexis' mom, she yells from the side, talking about just put the garter on your ankle, and Alexis like, oh no, he going up this thigh, and he got all the thigh meat. Justin got all the thigh meat. So I can't wait to see, what Alexis, because I don't think Alexis is going to have a problem with sharing. She's definitely going to share. So if she feels like the sex is good, she's going to share it. If she feels like it's bad, she's going to share it. So I can't wait to see what she says. Because Justin always said he feels like a piece of meat. So let's see what that meat working with. Yeah, that's nasty, ain't it? So not sorry. Alexis says she isn't giving it up tonight. I don't think so. I think I think if Justin pushes a little bit, Alexis is going. She's going. She going. It's going to be good as gone. That seller's receipt is going to be out the window tonight if Justin pushes a little harder, because I don't think that Alexis would, necessarily say no. I don't think she will. If anything, they just gonna really be, how can I say it without sounding vulgar? They're just gonna be, grinding a little bit, with their clothes on. She probably wouldn't. Yeah, never mind. We're not going there. But now Alexa says she has measured her vaginal canal. Like, ladies, please comment below. Has anybody ever measured their vaginal canal? I've never done that. Never heard of anybody doing that. But Alexa said she has measured her vaginal canal. So if Justin's height has anything to do with other places, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work. That's, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, girl. I don't know. But it definitely seemed like it was going down tonight. On that night of the wedding. They seem to have a lot in common. Like I said, I like their relationship. If Alexis can be very um, open-minded and very straightforward with Justin, and just really allow him to be his full authentic self, I think it can work. Um, Now the crazy thing was that Alexa said she saw Justin on Hinge like 4 months prior. So I don't know what that meant. I don't know. I'm not familiar with Hinge, but I don't know if she didn't like him, and so she was, what, she did not like him on Hinge, or she was interested. I don't know. I can't wait for that to unfold more on the show, because I'm pretty sure it's going to come up again. Um, Now, on the after party, he did say he didn't remember Alexis, but they did exchange some words in the DM, but it never went anywhere. So I don't know. I don't, like I said, I know that she's not attracted, but figuring out who Justin is at the heart of who he is, I think that if she would go with that, it would definitely help their situation. Justin says it would be difficult to remain celibate, and I don't see it lasting long. I definitely don't see the fact that Justin and Alexis, or Justin, will be celibate for long. I definitely don't see that at all. So yeah, we'll stay tuned on that. Um, the next couple I want to go to, I think, is Lindy and Miguel. I like Lindy and Miguel. I think they're a cool little couple. They are a quirky couple, and they're let's see. Yeah, here's Lindy and Miguel. I like them. It seems like as it goes along, it seems like Miguel is very attracted to her. I didn't see it before, but he says he is. So we're gonna go with what Miguel said. He says he's attracted to Lindy. Lindy is definitely attracted to Miguel. So I like to see where this goes. Lindy seems like she's going to be very open to Miguel. She's going to be very she's not going to be judgmental of him. I think she's going to embrace him with open arms. She loves the fact that he speaks Spanish, and I think Lindy spoke a little Spanish, so that's a good thing. So they'll have that in common. So I don't think the Dungeons and Dragons is going to be off-putting for her. So, like I said in my notes, Lindy is attracted to Miguel. They are an attractive couple. They take cute pictures together. I think they have cute babies. If they, if they wanted to have babies, I think the babies would be very cute. Um, I thought it was so cute that Lindy did not know how to slow dance, and Miguel helped her along. And I was like, and he said, "You never been to a prom?" And she was like, "No." And I was like, "Oh, Lindy," she was tugging at my heartstrings. I was like, "You missed a lot of stuff, Lindy, going on in, just your senior year, junior year, going to the prom, and wearing a cute dress and all that kind of stuff." I'm like, "Oh, Lindy, I feel so bad." Ugh. And then Miguel says he doesn't have to tell her she's pretty. And she's like, "Oh, but yes, you do." So I'm so glad Lindy says that. Um, and I was like, "Well, why don't you have to tell her she's pretty?" Like, Miguel always, from a few episodes back, he's like the poet, he's the romantic. So why wouldn't you tell your wife that she's beautiful? Like, I love that. I love that for a man to just be like, you are so beautiful, or you're breathtaking. Like, that would just make me feel so good. So yes, Miguel, you do have to tell your wife that she's beautiful, especially on her wedding day. Like, come on now. Now he did say on the after party, so I'm gonna give him a little caveat. He did say on the after party that he shouldn't have said that, and that he definitely is going to tell his wife that she looks pretty. So I'm glad he rectified that whole situation, because I didn't like that, and I was giving you the side eye, Miguel. um Lindy speaks Spanish, and I love that. I love the fact that she loves Spanish and he can speak Spanish, and they can have little Spanish speaking babies. I think that's going to be so cute. I love how giddy that Lindy is over Miguel. Like, she's like a schoolgirl. It's so cute to see. Miguel's sister tells Lindy that someone needs to put in the effort and have an effective communication with her brother. So communication is big for Miguel. I don't know if Lindy is going to be effective because of how her upbringing was. I don't know if she will tell Miguel everything about how she feels. So I don't know. We'll see. Um, Miguel comes to find out Miguel also had a rough childhood. I don't know if it was on the same lines as far as neglect. Because it sounds like his parents were being neglectful of Miguel. Lindy, I don't think she dealt with neglect, but the harshness of her religion, her denomination, being a Seventh Day Adventist. I think that caused a lot. Now, I do feel like Lindy's dad not showing up, you know, that can be hurtful. So I don't know. We'll see. She did make mention of them trauma bonding. She, is very cognizant of where they could possibly have a trauma bond. So hopefully they can, be each other's rock and help them through those rough times, and just feel, being able to open up to each other, to be able to, talk to each other about how they feel about their childhood and how it has affected them, and hopefully they can work on that together. Now Lindy's brother, as basically as Miguel, like, have you accepted Jesus as the Lord and Lord and Savior, as your Lord and Savior? He didn't say it like that, but he was like, do you believe in a higher power? But I felt like he was like trying to save Miguel at the wedding, and Miguel was like, he was like a humming, like Miguel didn't know what to say, and he doesn't believe in organized religion. He said on the after party that he and Lindy had already spoke about it, so he was kind of already knowing that Lindy's brother, how religious Lindy's parents are and her family are. So he wasn't shocked that Lindy's brother said it, but it was kind of like he was trying to find the words where he wasn't trying to be trying to, offend, Lindy's brother or her family, especially on the first impression. So, but he also had to stay true to himself that he does not believe in organized religion, and I get it. So, and then Miguel's a scientist. So I'm not shocked at that also. I'm not saying all scientists don't believe in a higher power, but a lot of scientists don't believe in a higher power. So that I wasn't surprised that Miguel felt that way about organized religion or just spirituality, period. So and Lindy's brother seems to, desire a man for his sister that is a believer. Like Lindy's his little sister, so I think he ultimately wanted Lindy to have a man who was a believer, who believed in a higher power, who had that background. So but at the end of the day, I feel like if Lindy is going to be okay with it, then that's all that matters, because that's her and Miguel's relationship. Now, if Lindy is just saying that because she wants Miguel to feel okay about not being in an organized religion, then it's going to cause a problem, because religion is a big thing. It's right up there with kids. So, Lindy's friends ask her if she's going to give it up, and she's basically like, I think she said no. Now Miguel does attempt to dance sexy to get Lindy's garter, and Miguel gave some inside information where Lindy didn't have a garter, so he used his bow tie, and so that was cute. And when he threw the bow tie, Lindy's brother actually caught it. So we'll see if Lindy's brother gets married next. Um, and Miguel's friends, who seem to be very protective of Miguel, seem to like Lindy. So I love that they like, that Miguel's friends seem to like her. I wonder if Lindy is going to be down to go to Dungeons and Dragons, cosplay, or whatever it is that they do. So that'll be interesting, and I hope so, because Lindy seems like she'd be down for the experience. I don't see her being like, no. I don't see her doing that. She seems very easygoing. So I don't see where that would be an issue. So hopefully, Miguel will be, accepting of that. Let's see. I don't have any other thoughts on them. Like I said, comment down below how you feel about Lindy and Miguel, how you feel about if it's going to work, because they're not into organized religion. So I think that's going to be that could be an issue if she's not being honest about how she feels about religion. But let me know your thoughts. Also, what do you rate this? What do you all rate this episode? I don't know if I said that before. So let me know how y'all rated this episode. Um, let's see. Oh, how could I forget? Ben and Morgan. Oh, I was about to wrap it up, but we do have Ben and Morgan, and Ben and Morgan. Of course, they didn't show much of them. Ben has COVID. He's dealing with COVID. He said he made all the necessary precautions to make sure he didn't get sick, and he ended up getting sick. Morgan seems like she's a little annoyed by that whole situation. So hopefully that doesn't start their marriage off in a bad way. So I'm hoping the best for them. I'm hoping that this little speed bump in their relationship doesn't cause a problem. That's what I'm hopeful for. Because I like Ben, but I'm telling you, if Ben's mama don't like her, it's gonna be a problem. or if they don't get along, it's going to be a problem and it won't last. So that's my thoughts on Ben and Morgan. We'll see in the next episode what their interactions like, because they'll be meeting for the first time as well. And can you go? So I definitely am hopeful that they would have a good relationship together, and that they would, definitely hit the ground running and not let this little speed bump cause an issue in their relationship. So again, it's been I love Married at First Sight. I've been watching it for the longest. I think I've been watching it since season 1. So it's been, I like to be able to, give my thoughts and my viewpoints on some of these things. So again, I would love for you to like, share, subscribe to my channel. I would love for you to be able to follow me and see how this goes, because I'm new to YouTube, so I would love to get more subscribers. I would love to get more interaction. So yes, I am begging and pleading and asking for you all to like, share, subscribe to my videos. I'm going to get better at this. So I am so thankful for the people who have subscribed thus far. I'm so appreciative. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And look for more content coming soon. So if there isn't anything else, y'all stay blessed. I love you, everyone. And if anyone hasn't told you that you're beautiful, you are beautiful.